It's great to be here with you and answer some of your questions about Strata. And what is Strata? Strata is a collective ownership within one block of land. And it's the subdivision of one block of land, either vertically and or horizontally, so that multiple owners can own within the same block of land. Now there's two key things that you need to keep in mind. What is your ownership as the owner, the lot owner's property, and what is common property, i.e. property that is owned by everyone. So the first things first, this front door is Strata responsibility. The door handle is Strata as well. And the lock, if there's a problem, is Strata as well. However, if you lose the key, that's your responsibility. Now, this is the common property foyer, because it's common property, we need to be mindful of the appearance of how it looks in relation to the other apartments. So you can't have a high floor mat because it could be a trip hazard for someone else. So just keep that in mind. Come on through. So within the apartment, common property is the 4 external walls, the ceiling, the floor, and the balcony door. That is all common property, but the insides of the apartment are yours as the apartment owner. I'll show you exactly what I mean. The door closer is Strata because it forms part of the front door. This light switch is yours as the owner. That's the owner's responsibility. Coming on through to the bathroom, this wall here is an internal wall. Because it's the internal wall, it's within the airspace of the apartment, so that's yours as an owner. Come on through. So within this bathroom, anything in the airspace is yours as an owner. That includes this toilet, cabinet, the sink and the tap, this handrail, and the shower screen. The bath is also within the unit, so that's the owner's responsibility. That being said, the floor and the floor tiles are Strata. Why? Because they form part of the floor, so are therefore considered common property. And that exhaust fan that you can hear whirring, the motor is up on the roof. So if there's a problem with the motor up on the roof that's servicing multiple apartments, that is also Strata as well. Because again, it's on common property, it's servicing multiple apartments. This blind, same situation, owner's responsibility because it's within the lot space and it's not part of the strata. However, the window, because it's part of the boundary wall, that is Strata. So any problems in the future with the window, rusting and so forth, all of that is going to be taken care of by Strata. So I'll bring you into the kitchen. Because this is within the cubic lot space of the apartment, this is the owner's responsibility. So most of the kitchen, the dishwasher, the microwave that's not there, the cupboards and so forth are the owner's responsibility, as is the stove and the oven. This balcony wall, which is glass, it's not actually a wall in this case, this is Strata. However, that fly screen just through there is the owner's responsibility because it's been put in after the date of registration of the Strata scheme. This wall's Strata because it's a boundary wall. The floor tiles are Strata, as is that drain just there. The balcony railing is Strata, and this louver, unless there's a bylaw otherwise, is Strata as well. This air conditioner that just services this apartment, this motor, is the owner's responsibility. And that's the case in most buildings. And the reason it is because it services just one lot. And see how it sits within the cubic lot space of the apartment? It's within the boundaries of the lot. So it's the lot owner's responsibility. The bylaws are the rules for each strata building. They're usually quite similar, however, every building has different bylaws registered for their building. So the most important thing for you is to see what the rules are for your building and make sure you understand the rules and responsibilities of a strata so that you can have a peaceful, good life in your strata with the residents around you. Now, the first bylaw I want to talk to you about is visitor parking. As an owner, you should never park in visitors' parking. It's the great surefire way to upset your new neighbours. And the second bylaw I want to talk to you about is noise. Now, noise within a strata is normal. Take that for granted. However, usually there's shift workers, people, nurses, doctors, all that sort of thing within a strata building. So you need to make sure that you're mindful of the other residents in your block. So normally what we would suggest is keeping the noise down between 8 and 8 so that people can get a good night's sleep and can enjoy their property. So the rules say that you must not create noise to disturb another person's peaceful enjoyment of their lot, and we've already spoken about it a lot. So just keep that in mind with how you use your apartment. The next bylaw I want to talk to you about is smoking. If you enjoy a cigarette, in most blocks of strata, you're not allowed to let cigarette smoke go onto someone else's lot or onto common property. So be very mindful about smoking and check out what the bylaws say in your particular strata scheme. Appearance of the lot. So it's really important that the appearance of your lot from the outside is in keeping with the rest of the strata. So things such as proper outdoor furniture, not just a normal casual couch, making sure that you don't have washing out displayed over the railings and so forth, making sure you're not leaving your shoes at the front door, and even a little thing such as having a floor mat on the common property. It's probably more appropriate to be inside your apartment, inside your front door, and a low one so that the door opens and closes as it's required to do. Different buildings have different requirements for waste. Some have garbage chutes, some have different recycling bins. So take the time to go down and look at the signs in your bin room and work out what you're required to do. Make sure that that your rubbish is tightly wrapped and secured so that it doesn't spread throughout common property and create mess for others. Pets is an important one as well. You need to apply to strata in most cases for a pet. And normally strata will allow you to keep one animal, sometimes two, but it's usually a cat, a small dog, or a caged bird, or a fish in an aquarium. So they're normally the usual sort of pet applications we see. But speak to your strata manager if you want to get a pet, and they'll tell you what you can and can't do for your strata scheme so you stay on the right path. Well, that common property won't clean itself and it won't insure itself. So all of these things that you would expect in property ownership, such as cleaning, water usage, insurance, maintaining the fire services, all of them come at a cost. So all the owners put together money and raise a budget and pay out the money in order to maintain all the areas of common property. Now there's two areas of common property maintenance that you need to think about. There's the day-to-day maintenance and the future major maintenance, such as re-roofing and painting. So we have two funds, the administrative fund for the day-to-day and the capital works fund for the future. So the administrative fund is raised for all the day-to-day expenditure that I just mentioned: cleaning, water, gardening, electricity, minor repairs and maintenance, fire services, all those things that we know happen in every building. And the next thing is the savings account, the capital works fund. So every 7 to 10 years, you need to repaint your building. You need to re-roof them probably every 25 years. So we need to put aside money each year in order that when the time comes, we have enough money to complete those big jobs. Thank you for joining us for this crash course into the world of strata. I hope to see you at the next AGM.